Master. We checking in. I was gonna post this video yesterday, but I'm gonna do it today. I seen a lot of dudes up in arms over this B.Simone talking about she don't want to date a 9 to 5 and they don't understand the entrepreneur lifestyle. You shouldn't be emotional about what she said. Like she has a preference, just like you have a preference. Now, what it is, a lot of men may fit the mold, just like anything else. When people fit a certain description of an undesired preference, people get triggered. They get in their emotions, they get in their feelings because what that does is tell them or say to them is that I'm not good enough for you. So people get in their feelings and they get in their emotions and they want to tear you down. They want to tear a person down for their preference. She's entitled to have a preference just like you are. Her preference shouldn't concern you, especially if she ain't your type. Usually, this will bring about emotional response or triggers when that person that's saying it may be the would be offended's type, or they may find them attraction or hold them to a certain regard or whatever. That's what we do. A lot of the times, you can everything is cool, but the moment you say or do someone make a stance for something that they don't agree with or doesn't make them feel good, they turn on you. And a lot of times you see this with women. They will support you all the way up until you say something that they don't like that may hold them accountable or is irrefutable truth or reality. A lot of people have this conflict with good and bad and positive and negative versus having this is the way things are. Now, if you don't like the way things are, you don't like that people are saying, this about you, either you can change it or some things you can't change. If a man says, you know what, I don't want a woman with children, I don't want to date women with children, that's his preference. That person is not for you. Like I said, if he's telling you he doesn't like a woman with children, then you shouldn't feel any kind of way. Get you a man that doesn't mind dealing with a woman with children. But because most women have a hive mindset, they gather in droves when it's about women empowerment, feminism, and to go against men. They'll come together. My boy Anthony Spade just said that. Shout out to him. He's very consistent. I've been following this channel. A lot of other guys, they talk about this stuff all the time. Women have a hive mindset. They need a group and a bunch to uh, congregate with to make sure what they're feeling and thinking is pretty much consistent across the board. This man is saying this and this is about women. I need to make sure that you feel the same way I feel about it so I can feel comfortable coming into this space because now we empathize and we are connecting on common ground, whether it's going against a man that's speaking against his preference or speaking against female nature or not even speaking against. This is just reality. It's not a positive or negative thing. We are just too emotional. We're too emotional. Everything that we see that we don't like, we feel we need to give it an emotional response. It triggers us because we're insecure in ourselves. A total stranger shouldn't be able to say something to you or something that maybe identifies with your current situation that makes you feel any kind of way because they don't know your situation. They don't know your journey. The same thing B.Simone saying. She may have been working a 9 to 5 2 3 years ago or whatever, but she leveled up. She's successful. So she put the work in. So I can see her saying, I want a guy that's going to be on what I'm on because she is successful. Nothing wrong with that. But I think a lot of fellas got triggered because they may feel that she is not the prettiest or she doesn't have enough clout to make such a statement because it was some other statements that were lost in the fold that she said about 9 to 5 not understanding the entrepreneur lifestyle and things of that nature. She wants a guy who's successful. See, this is an ode to female nature. She said what a lot of women think in a beautiful fashion. She used that colorful language, which is why she said 9 to 5ers don't understand the lifestyle of an entrepreneur. When she really just said she want a CEO, she want the boss, she want a man that's already successful. She wants ready made. A lot of women nowadays and not even nowadays, just this is old. Money and power has been the two biggest you know attractors of women since the beginning of time. It's been that way. But what she's saying openly, again, what they do, they every generation and every era and transition. It's always recalibrated by the newest face, the newest personality, the newest thing, trendy or not, to reinforce a certain mindset, and a lot of it's stereotypical. So her saying what she said is basically saying, I want a ready-made guy. I want a guy that's already there or almost there. See what they do? They leave that little gray area. They'll say, well, they'll deal with a guy who's out here trying to get it. Not, they really won't. They'll deal with a guy as long as it looks promising to them. They're not going to get behind them and help them. I seen a post. It was saying a man post, I just came into a couple $100,000, or I just got financially straight. I'm going to give my wife and my family everything. And then the other one was the woman saying, I just got, a couple 100,000, or I just got, came into some money. I don't need a man anymore. I'm independent. A woman will never change a man's life in the capacity that a man can change a woman's life. If that's the case, you got to show me some receipts. Only people I can think of is what Britney Spears and Kevin Federline. For those who may be familiar, I can't really think of two other men that dealt with guys that brought them for nothing. They say, behind every good man is a great woman. That's true in some cases, but a lot of these guys are already on target. They're already on track. People use Barack Obama as an example. He was already in Harvard. He was already going to be what he was going to be. Now, she may have inspired him and influenced him to, to start a family and have family values, but he was already destined to be what he was going to be. LeBron James was already destined to be what he was going to be. Steph Curry was already destined to be what he was going to be. They were going to be that regardless. Carmelo Anthony, he was already destined to be what he was going to be. So these women give you a little wiggle room to make it not sound as superficial as it truly is. So she'll say, well, I deal with a guy who's, on his grind, and he's, striving for greatness, but they really want a guy who's already got, they sit at the finish line. It's rare that a woman pick up that weight and walk with you and help you carry that weight and support you 100% organically and from a genuine standpoint. A lot of them, they want the ready-made situation, but you shouldn't be triggered. Just like women get triggered when a man says he doesn't date, a woman with kids. That's because a lot of women have kids out of wedlock. That's why a lot of women have issues with that statement and that narrative. But again, you can have your preference, just like colorism, height. I want a tall, dark, and handsome. I want this, I want that. Women state their preferences all the time. But when a man states his preferences and standards, he's going to get attacked. Because his preference and standards are usually rare. Most women don't fit that. A lot of women have women after 25. A lot of women are going to have kids with other men. A lot of women are going to be out of shape. But they're going to get in it. Some are going to get in the gym and take initiative. Like, it's different things for different people. But you shouldn't be triggered by what she said. She is entitled to everything she said, but just look at what she didn't say and take the dressing off. She wants a man that's already successful. Even though she's just now recently coming to success, she could have possibly not been dating during her time of, her grind, and she's still grinding. She could have been, in solitude. We don't know. But a lot of times, women would not go a long time without companionship or a play date, if you will. Like the boyfriend, I tell you guys, that boyfriend girlfriend game, all that shit, throw that shit out the window. Don't ever play that boyfriend girlfriend game. That's just temporary. If you think the boyfriend girlfriend game is real, how many ex girlfriends and boyfriends you got? How many? It's temporary. It's a temporary position until something better comes along or a better suitor comes along. But a woman's preference, just like your preference, should not trigger you. You shouldn't feel any kind of way. Like I said, we look at the most smallest thing to tear somebody down. Not saying that she's entitled to it, but some people would argue you don't have she don't have the clout or the presence to speak in such a manner. Some people that speak about whatever other preference they have. Some people people not gonna agree with you. You have to be bold enough to understand and strong enough mentally and emotionally to understand that if you voice your opinion, people are going to react and respond, but that shouldn't be a concern of yours. If they want to get clarity from the conversation, let's have a conversation. If they just want to throw shots and tear you down and whatever, you just ignore that and you move on with the next thing that you're doing in life. So it's the Date Master. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, share the video. I'll be back with more content. It's Date Master Thursday.